Everyone, this is Johnny555, and I am here with. I told you that I am so bad with names. With Hank Mayer.
Yep.
Meyer.
How's it going? Yep, Meyer,
I'm
you got it.
I'm terrible with names.
It's okay.
How's everything going, bro?
It's going pretty well. Thankfully, we avoided the storm a little bit, the Hillary that was coming in on the West Coast.
Oh, I heard about it just today, actually, and only
Yeah,
because
it's
I was.
supposed to be bad. Yeah, but thankfully, we just got rain.
Oh, okay, yeah, and only because I was scrolling to YouTube. No, not YouTube. I think it was TikTok, and I saw some videos, and I'm like, Hillary, what's Hillary?
Yeah, so they
And
did a
then,
bunch of closures. A lot of stores and things preemptively closed. But thankfully, it went a little bit to the east and avoided San Diego.
oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
All right, Mister Hank.
Hank, yep. It's a short A, Hank. Yep.
Hank.
Yep.
So let's start with your current weight and height.
My current weight and height, I'm 5'11", 230 pounds.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, I mean, I already did before the live, but I'm gonna say it again. You look amazing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
You, I was looking at your pictures and I was like, if I could look like that,
that.
what would I do?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
No, no problem. But obviously, I can see like a lot of work. So, how long you been working now?
So I've been lifting competitively for training for shows and things for probably about 10 years.
Oh,
But I've
so,
always been involved in sports growing up, so always staying athletic.
oh, cool. So you competed before?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've done 6 shows so far.
How many?
6.
Wow. How
Yeah.
did it go?
They've gone pretty well. I qualified for nationals, so I tried to nationals to get my pro card. That was a few years ago, and I didn't get my pro card, but it's really difficult to do because you have to come in the top 2 at a national competition. So for my first one, I wasn't really expecting it, but wanted to give it a shot. So we'll see. Hopefully, in the next couple of years.
That's impressive, though.
Yeah. So.
That's awesome. Were you nervous when you were on stage?
Oh, I was terrified. It's so many people and so many cameras and things at the national events, so it was a lot.
Because I can do this, and I know there's people connected, but it's not the same thing. Like, because I'm just seeing you right now,
Right.
than being on stage with a bunch of people that I
And
don't
you're
even
all by
know.
yourself, and
Yeah.
it's a lot.
Wow, that's awesome. So I'm glad you did well. Are you planning on competing again?
Hopefully next year.
Okay. How's the diet?
So the diet is actually the hardest part. It's the hardest
Right.
part because the last few weeks, when you're really low body fat, it starts playing mind games on you.
I know, man. It's always the hard part because I think I can defend myself well in the gym working out, but
Sure.
food, I know I'm doing terrible. Don't ask me what I just had for dinner right now.
Fair enough.
Some
Yeah.
nachos, they were good.
Yeah.
So Mr. Hank, so let me ask you a few questions. So
Sure.
for your bicep, what workout routine do you think are working out the most for you?
For what? I'm sorry.
For your biceps.
For biceps, I prefer 2 different exercises. My favorite one is a preacher curl. It's really nice because with the machine you can keep your bicep, exactly where it's supposed to be.
Okay.
A lot of times with dumbbells, I find that people get kind of really creative with their hand positions and their elbow gets out of position and things like that. But with the machine, it stays nice and stable. So I prefer the preacher.
Okay. You know what? And now that you mention it, you're right. Because I've tried the machine and it actually works better because you have it's holding you, so
Right.
it's kind of helping you. And
Exactly.
like for example, me, because I'm just starting with all this, I feel more comfortable using the machine.
Yep. I prefer it. I think that it's best for most people.
That's awesome. So what about for chest? What's working out for you? You have some amazing and huge chest.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think chest for me, once I realized and did a lot of research into it, something that a lot of people don't know that's useful information is actually to focus primarily on upper chest.
Okay.
Because in doing that, you actually fill out your entire chest. And aesthetically, it's much better if you focus on your upper chest. So I always prioritize incline bench press.
Can you do pec pounds?
I can.
That's awesome, man. And you know what? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I mean, cause obviously I'm doing something wrong. Cause I feel like my chest is growing, but I don't see the definition. So I don't know if it's because of my diet or because I'm doing something wrong. So is that maybe mostly because of the diet?
So 80% of seeing your definition is going to be diet.
Mm.
The other 20% is what you do in the gym. So you may be getting that 20% like right on and training well and hitting it, your exercises with a lot of intensity.
Yeah,
But if you want to see definitions and lines and everything, then that's going to be your diet.
that's what I'm after, and
Yep.
that's the hardest part.
Yep.
Damn, I'm regretting my nachos right now. But anyway,
Well, the good news is one cheat meal isn't going to hurt you.
right? But if it's every day, it will. No, that's awesome. So, do you do cardio or you don't really do cardio?
I do cardio. It fluctuates depending on if I'm bulking or if I'm cutting.
Okay,
If I'm cutting, I do substantially more. I'll probably do between 30 to 45 minutes a day. But if I'm cutting, I probably limit it to maybe 15 to 20.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
Guys, by the way, so keep putting comments in a few minutes. Once I'm done with my questions, I'm gonna come back to read your comments. So put some comments, and also if you wanna follow Hank, his social medias are on the description of the video. So just click on there, and it's gonna take you straight to his Instagram. Okay,
perfect.
that's the only social media you have, right? As
Yeah,
of right now.
my Hank Meyer Fitness. Yep.
Yes, and that's the one I have. Perfect. So, are you into sports?
Interesting. My favorite sport is actually tennis.
Okay.
I grew up playing tennis. My dad is a teaching pro, so I've been involved in tennis quite a lot.
Huh.
Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah.
The only sport that I like is volleyball, and I sucked at it.
Volleyball is so fun to watch, though.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. It's the only one I kind of play a little bit better. On the
Yeah.
others, I suck.
Volleyball is tough, though, so that's cool that you're good at it.
Well, I won't say good, but let's say that I play along.
At least you enjoy it. That's good.
I do. That's for sure. So, and when you first started working out, what motivated you to work out? Do you have a
Yeah,
motivation?
that's a good question. So the biggest thing for me was, like I said, I played sports, growing up, and I played tennis in college on a D1 team. And when I graduated school and stopped playing tennis competitively, I sort of had that 2 to 3 hour void in my day, and I knew that I wanted to do something athletic, so I started lifting in the gym.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Did it take you long to see results?
It did. It always takes a really long time, and at the beginning, I wasn't really sure what I was doing, but I learned a lot by actually going to the gym and watching the guys that I thought looked great, and seeing what they were doing, and trying to not be creepy and stare at them or anything, but just watching them and casually maybe asking them a question or two every now and then, not to be annoying, but seeing what they were prioritizing in order to do something, kind of like you asked before with the chest,
Yeah.
and what I found out about bodybuilders is if you ask them, genuinely a nice question like, hey, what do you prioritize with chest, they can't wait to tell you. They can't wait.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Because being honest with you, like I go to the gym. I just started right a couple of months ago. I
Sure.
shouldn't say that I just started because it's been a few months, but I'm not seeing results. Anyways, so so
I will say though that the questions that they don't want to hear, which is why a lot of times if you ask them and you get kind of a not nice answer, is that we don't like hearing things that are like super generic, like
okay.
how do I get big? How do I get swole like that, bro? It's like, okay, that's not a real question. I can't really help you with
Well,
that.
and that's a question that I wouldn't ask. I think.
But if you ask something specific, like, "Hey, I noticed you were doing this. Can you tell me what you think about it and why you did that?" They can't wait to tell you.
Yeah, no, and actually that's what I do. I kind of go after the muscle. Like if I see them like
Yep.
doing like arms, I'm like, okay, I kind of, I think I'm kind of the person that I approach people, and I start asking questions.
Yeah.
But prior to that, I kind of look at the person, but I hopefully I'm not creepy, but I'm like, oh, he looks
No,
good. He
I'm
looks
sure you're fine.
amazing. That's funny. So I see some people putting comments.
Okay.
Let me look at some. and then I'll continue with some other questions.
Sure.
Come on. There. Benny stud. Then Gaines is putting some arms.
Okay.
He's huge. Oh,
Thank you.
he is. We have people type it in Portuguese. Nah, I'm not very good at Portuguese.
Yeah.
Sorry. Academia, something about an academia. I think academia is like gym,
Okay.
but definitely you go to the gym. So,
I
anyways,
do.
so if you do peg
I kind of
bounce,
live there. It's my second home.
it's your second home. And the peg bounce thing, I saw that one popping up, and that's when I asked you. He sure can. He's amazing. Exactly. All good comments.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, let me know.
Joshua Corner, he put happy faces. Keep putting comments, guys. For some reason, I kind of saw more popping up in the live, but here I'm not able to see them all. So if I missed any, just come back to the question, guys, and type it again, and I'll read it. All right. So okay, what else? So do you stretch before working out?
So I prefer stretching after I work out, but I do make sure to get a good warm up to make sure that I don't pull anything. Like I said, I probably do my cardio mainly beforehand, so maybe 10 or 15 minutes to get warmed up. And then I'll do some light lifting on whatever it is. They call it a pre exhaust, is the actual term for it. So if I'm doing leg day, I'll start off with, a lot of high rep like leg extensions and leg curls, lightweight, but just to get the muscles ready to go, and that stretches them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I saw a question that I want to read because I don't know why he asked it.
Oh boy.
Joshua Corner, he's like, Hank, what's your favorite Scooby Doo episode? Are you a Scooby Doo fan or something?
My favorite Scooby Doo episode. I don't think I've seen Scooby Doo in quite a long time. Interestingly enough, though, if you look at my if you look at my Hank Meyer Fitness Instagram, somebody photoshopped one of my pictures and turned it into a Scooby Doo and turned me into Fred, which I thought was pretty funny. I was pretty flattered to be Fred. I mean, I don't mind that at all. So,
Do you have it on your profile? I haven't seen it.
yes, it's in my profile. You can see it right in there. So
Oh,
you might have to
go back.
scroll a little bit. It was a little while ago.
Huh, I'll go back to it. So no wonder he was like, "What's your favorite Scooby Doo episode?" So he was already scrolling at your profile, right, Joshua?
You might have seen that. Yeah.
So and then Garrett, he's like, "What's your favorite meal? Do you have a favorite meal?"
Oh, that's a good question. So I would probably split it into two different categories: one for like being good, and one for cheat day kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
So I would say that my favorite, when I'm eating what I'm supposed to, is probably steak and rice. Just because I really like white rice. It's something that we have to eat a lot of. And for me, I don't mind it at all. And I can eat it every single day and it's totally fine. And then steak, when it's cooked well, is always good. So I like that.
I have a question. I mean, you're an
Sure.
expert, so I'm pretty sure you know.
Yep.
But so a lot of bodybuilders, like in their meals, they always have rice.
Yep.
What's the reason?
So rice is a really good carb, mainly because it's easy to measure, right? Because we want exact measurements. So you
Oh,
can do a cup, which is perfect. And it's easy to digest and process, and you can utilize it really quickly.
okay.
So it's great. It's great for bodybuilding and using the carbs effectively to build muscle.
Yeah, because that's what I noticed with bodybuilders. They have like a little bit of everything, but they always have rice, rice and
Yep.
chicken, rice and steak, rice and this and that. And I'm like, okay, so there has to be a reason.
And interestingly enough, a lot of people think that brown rice is actually better than white rice. But in terms of bodybuilding, it doesn't really matter. There's not that big of a difference. There's a slight difference in the glycemic index for like how high it spikes, your glycemic index. And then there's a little bit more, minerals and things in brown rice, but it's very negligible.
Huh? Interesting.
Yep. So
See,
white rice, if you prefer it, you can eat it.
see, guys, we're learning here. Okay, I'm taking notes. All right. So and the meal, Joshua Corner, the age old question. Boxers brief or boxers brief?
Maybe he meant brief, just brief.
Okay, probably. Yeah, so boxers or brief.
Brief, 100%. That's what I'm wearing right now.
Hey, and by the way, yes. I was gonna say in your profile, I see you like modeling a lot of briefs.
Yeah, I prefer briefs. I think they're more comfortable.
Oh, for sure. I'm not gonna show mine because people are gonna run away. I don't want that. I don't want that. So, Henry, he's like, Hank, what is your favorite type of steak?
My favorite type of steak. My favorite type of steak is one that's prepared for me. Um, but if you meant like which cut of steak, I think I go for something that's lean. So not something like a porterhouse or anything like that. That's like real fatty. So just like a strip steak, I think is the easiest to cook and the easiest to prepare.
Awesome.
Yep.
And Joshua Connor, let's go. Hank understood the assignment. And then Carlos, damn, he's handsome and very nice smiling. And
Oh.
that mustache is hot.
Thank you guys. I appreciate that.
Hey, Carlos, I also have a mustache. Still growing, but come on.
Mm.
Come on, I'm doing my best. All right, guys, so keep putting questions. I'm going to ask Hank some other questions, but just keep putting comments and I'll go back to the comments, okay? I hope everyone is having fun. You as well.
Definitely.
All right, so Hank, I'm gonna ask you 5 questions. Well, I
Okay.
actually have 10, but the first 5 are called "What's your reaction?"
Okay.
Okay, these are the kind of funny ones, but things that actually happen in the gym. So
Oh yeah, I'm sure
I
they
want
do.
to see like your honest reaction. So if it's yes, yes, you smile. If you're like, ugh, you're like, ugh.
Okay.
All right. So the first one, what is your reaction? You are on the treadmill or in a different machine, and the person next to you smells. What do you do?
Well, that happens all the time, actually. A lot of guys don't like wearing deodorant, and I get it. I don't prefer deodorant either. But if you haven't recently showered, what I like to do actually, and a lot of people think this is weird, is I shower right before I go to the gym.
What?
I
It's
shower right before so I'm weird. I like being clean when I go to the gym because I feel like if I'm nice and clean, then I can, really get a good workout and feel good about it. So for me, I don't put deodorant on because I don't really like smell all that much because I just showered.
yeah, and it makes sense, but I thought it was the other way around.
I do shower after as well, but like
Oh,
I
oh,
do a
okay.
quick, pre-shower just to get nice and clean.
Oosh, I thought I was doing it wrong all this time.
No, but if someone next to me doesn't smell very good, I usually just move over a machine or two.
Yeah, me too. I wouldn't tell that person.
No.
I'll feel embarrassed for that person.
Yeah, because they're not getting much attention in a good way, I can tell you that.
Right? All right. Second question. So someone wants to use the equipment you're using, and they ask if they can work out with you. Would you let them?
So that happens all the time as well. And it always depends how they ask. If they
Okay.
ask nicely and say, hey, would you mind if I work in? Absolutely. But sometimes a couple of different things happen. They're either rude, and then I say, nope, I'm good. Or if they come with a lot of people, it's not really a nice thing to do to ask if you can work in with like a group of 3 or 4
Yeah.
because in order to get all of those people through their routine and then have you work in, I normally say, hey, you have a lot of people. Let me just finish and then you guys can take it.
See, I'm learning well because that happened to me actually. Like normally when it's one on one, I let them because it's
Sure.
normal.
Yeah.
But I run into I think it was 2 or 3 guys a couple of weeks ago, and I was like, oh, by the time it was my turn, I was already like, I don't want to even do this anymore.
Exactly.
Keep
Exactly.
putting Hank is such an speaker. What?
An
Sorry,
eloquent speaker. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Joshua.
it disappeared. But keep putting comments, and I'm coming back to the comments. Okay, so third question. So you just got to the gym and all the equipment is in use. What do you
Okay.
do?
So I do exactly what the second question was. And thankfully, I've been to my gym for long enough that I know a lot of the people that are there. So I usually find someone on a piece of machine that I know that I want, and they're either a bodybuilder friend of mine or whatever, and it's usually no problem to let me work in.
And you have a lot of bodybuilder friends.
Oh,
I
there's a
was
ton. So thankfully, the gym that I go to is primarily a bodybuilding gym, and I would say like a solid half of the gym probably competes. So
oh cool.
yeah.
Because I have the needs to say that I did my work. I was scrolling to your profile.
There are a lot of people that compete. So what's nice is they appreciate, the effort and things like that, and everybody's totally cool with working in.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of nice.
So
All right. So, fourth question. What's your reaction?
okay.
So, you want to use this equipment. There is a sweaty guy using it. He leaves and doesn't clean the machine.
Ooh.
I
So
know.
that happens a lot. And, I usually, while I'm waiting, will go and get a wipe just because, interestingly enough, a lot of times, even if they do wipe it down, they don't do a very good job
Mm.
and they don't get it all off or they don't wipe the right places.
Yeah.
And so I'll usually wipe it anyway. So what I'll do is while I'm waiting, if like there's a machine and I see them on it, I'll go grab a wipe and then wait and then wipe it off when they're done anyway.
Huh. That's really. You know what? I never thought of doing that.
Yeah. It's
And
just a way that it doesn't have to be confrontational and then you can just take care of it really quickly and then just get out of the way.
but that makes sense. I mean, like while I'm waiting, I can have my towel ready to clean the machine.
Yep.
Because also happens to me at least, like if it's like the machine is gross and I'm gonna clean it, by the time I went to get a towel and come back, there's someone already using the machine.
Exactly. Yep. So get it while they're still using it and then you can kind of hover and wait your turn.
Yeah, I'm taking notes here, man.
But the other thing I would say though is make sure that while you're hovering, this is a mistake that I see a lot of new people make. You should, in between the person who's on its sets, go and let them know that you're waiting by politely saying, hey, how many sets do you have left? That way they know that you are waiting for it, and then you get to be next in line. Because
Okay.
if you're just standing there waiting for it, this is like a little gym etiquette thing. If you're just standing there waiting and then someone else comes up after you and does that and asks, they're now next in line, and you are not. Yep.
Really? So you have rules in the gym?
Oh yeah, lots of rules. But that's a big one that I see a lot of people mess up on. So definitely just, after they finish their set, wait until they're done and then, politely go up to them and say, "Hey, how many sets do you have left?" And they'll give you a 1 or a 2 or whatever, but then they know that you're next in line.
Oh, I'm not doing that. You know? Yeah, I'm just like, the weird guy waiting on the machine, waiting for that guy.
But if you do that, I'm telling you, somebody else will come up and ask him and then they get the machine next, not you. Cuz he
Hmm,
doesn't know that you're waiting necessarily. You could just be hanging out.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm taking notes here.
Yep, that's a big one.
Not really, but after the live, I'll come back to the video. Um, okay, fifth question. So you're working out, and there is this person staring at you all the time and super obvious. And I'm pretty sure it has happened to you. With
Well,
that
what do
in
I do
view,
about it?
what will you do about it?
I guess it depends who it is.
Oh, let's
Yeah.
put two scenarios.
What are the scenarios? What are they?
Okay, so the first one, it's a girl, a pretty
Okay.
girl, staring at you.
Okay. So that's happened a lot. In fact, I've actually gotten approached by girls, and one girl actually asked me out, which I thought was
Oh,
very sweet. Unfortunately, I had to tell her that I was into guys, and she didn't like that very much. Yeah, but I mean, if it's an attractive looking guy, I'll go say hi.
you broke her heart. You
Uh,
shouldn't be like, yeah, let's go out and then block her. Nah, just kidding.
that would be mean. That would be mean.
And that was gonna be my second scenario. What if it was a guy, a cute, muscular guy?
It depends. If he was looking because he wanted to work in, I would ask him. I would say, hey, did you want to work in, and start the conversation. And then if he was cute, I'd probably try to continue the conversation.
See, guys, start taking notes. All right, so I have five more questions, but let me go back to the comments to
Sure.
see what we have. Oh, where was I? Sorry, Johnny 555. like thick. Oh, that he likes thick guys. Okay, I see how it is, Carlos. I see how it is. I'll come back to you and block you. Nah, just kidding. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Okay, so we have Pop. How short do you go on your shorts?
How short do I go? So when I buy lifting shorts, a lot of them I get are like Young LA. I don't know if you've heard of Young LA, the company.
Mm, no, I don't think.
It's a lifting company, but I usually get the 6-inch inseams. So they come down probably to my mid thigh.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
mean, if I had your body, I would do the same. Right now, I have to wear jeans and pants,
fair enough.
but
I get too hot if it's in that. I live in California, and Southern California gets hot.
right now it's hot in here. Let me tell you that, and I'm still wearing pants. But pretty soon, in a couple of more years. So okay, so I love him. See, I don't know who that is, but
Somebody
hey,
must have been agreeing. Yeah.
right. Hey, by the way, guys, so if you wanna follow Hank, so his social medias are in the description of the video. So just click on the link, and it's gonna take you straight to his profile. Also, if you wanna mention your username, so for people to hear.
Sure. Yeah. My Instagram handle is just my name. It's hank.meyer.fitness.
Meyer. I was gonna say Mayer again. That's why I had you pronouncing it. See.
Yeah. No worry.
And then what is hand? Okay, so see, I'm not the only one. So someone just called you hand instead of hand. So what is Hank's favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger quotes in movies?
So I think probably the classic ones, the "I'll be back" or the "Get to the chopper." I think is probably my favorite. But I think my favorite movie of his is actually Terminator 2.
I
I
was
don't know.
gonna say
Yeah,
Terminator.
do you
I was
like
gonna
that?
say
The
Terminator.
Terminator 2 is my favorite. I love that movie so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, I don't. To be honest with you, I don't remember the third one,
The
but I know
third
that I
one.
remember the first and second one, and the
They've
second
made
one was
so many now. They've made so many.
yeah.
It's like
Even not recently, but even a couple of years ago, they made another one where he looked young and all big,
yeah.
and I was like, oh, only because I know it's not really him, but he's big.
Yeah, the AI that they do in the new ones of his face and everything, I'm like, I kind of would. I don't know if I like that very much.
I don't like it, and only because I know it's not really him.
Right. Yeah.
That's like on top of my head. I'm like, it's not him. It's not him. He looks good, but it's not him. All right. So very informative. Joshua Connor. Yep. And Garrett. Has Hank met his New Year's resolution for 2023 yet?
That's a good question. My New Year's resolution for 2023. I'm going to be honest, I don't know that I made a formal one. But my New Year's resolution is always to try and get better and, try and get closer to my goal of I actually am trying to move weight classes for my bodybuilding. I'm trying to get into classic physique, but I need to put on about 5 more pounds.
Oh,
So
okay.
so my goal is that's always my running goal, and I'm definitely getting closer.
I find bodybuilding super interesting, and because I mean, it's like you guys are shapeshifters. Like one day you're skinny fit, and then the next day you're like bulking big. I
Yep.
mean, and both fit you guys, but I'm like, you make it seem so easy, and it's not.
It's not. It's very very difficult. Lot going on behind the scenes.
I know. I mean, that's a lot of work, but yeah, one day. So Joshua Connor, can Hank do some postings? I don't know if you can do some postings.
Some posing. I mean,
Yeah,
I could. I don't know how well you guys can see if I go back, but I mean, I can do some like seated here.
yeah, we can see it. There
Yeah.
you go. Look at those guns.
You guys like the peck bounces, right?
Oh man, I don't know how to do that yet. You know, in I don't know, maybe in 3 more years.
Yeah, for sure. The whole thing that I keep telling people is consistency. You just have to keep going, and you learn more and more every single time.
And as of right now, no one from my live stream has failed to do peg bombs. Let me tell you that. I think I should do like a recap of all the live stream that I have done and just peg bouncing. What do you guys think? What do you
People
guys
like that one. They like bicep flexing and they like pec bounce.
peg bounce? Yep. Because it's cool. I mean, I wish I knew how to do it.
Yeah.
All right. So, um, like Oscar Mayer. I don't know who's Oscar Mayer.
I'm not
Hank,
sure.
Hunk is super hot. September. Well, that was September.
Okay. Thanks, September. Appreciate it.
uh, and then Joshua Connor, big sexy hunk, understood the assignment. He has an amazing physique. I agree with Joshua Connor. I mean, if I look like you, what would I do? I'd probably be competing.
Yeah.
Be shirtless everywhere. On social.
Everywhere you can be, anyway.
Oh, true, true, true. Social medias, the beach, maybe the gym. I don't know.
So interestingly enough, the gym that I lift at, even though it's a bodybuilder gym, you're not allowed to take your shirt off, only in specific places.
Oh, really?
Yep, they have a big policy about it. So you can they have an outdoor part, and there's a lot of equipment out there. That's basically the only place where you can actually take your shirt off.
Oh, tell me where you work out so I don't go there. All right. So I have five more questions and my last questions.
Sure.
So this game is called Have You Ever?
Okay.
All right. So number one, have you ever gone all the way to the gym and realized you forgot your headphones?
That's happened multiple times. And so, because of that, I have backups actually of lots of different things. So, in my bag, I keep a spare set of headphones and I keep
Okay.
them charged just in case. Because a lot of times, not only have I forgotten my headphones, but I'll put them on and they're dead.
Hmm.
And if they're dead, it's the same thing. You might as well have
Yeah.
forgotten them at home. So I always keep a spare set. And then I also have in my trunk of my car a spare bag, a gym bag with a piece of clothing for everything. So I keep a full set of extra clothes, shoes, shorts, and shirt. That way, if I happen to not pack my bag correctly when I go to the gym, I always have an extra in there.
Man, you're prepared.
I try. I've
Yeah.
made all of the mistakes, so I had to come up with a game plan.
See, well, I'm taking notes here.
Yeah.
I already faced the headphone thing. My headphone died, and I didn't have a backup, and I had to listen to my gym's music, which it was not
It's
the
the
best.
worst. It's always terrible.
No, and it was not a really good workout. I ended up leaving soon.
Yeah, it affects
All
you for
right,
sure.
all right. So, and guys, by the way, we're almost finishing this live. So, if you have some last questions, put it in the comments for Hank, and I mean, I'm gonna go back to read them. Okay. Also, if you wanna follow him, Mister Titties. I just kidding. Just click on the description of the video and it'll take you straight to his Instagram. Okay?
Perfect.
I'm surprised you don't have TikTok.
No, I don't have TikTok. I haven't gotten on that bandwagon yet.
Okay. Well, I think your next platform should be YouTube.
Okay.
Okay. So where was I? Oh, okay. Second question. So have you ever gone all the way to the gym and realized you forgot to wear deodorant?
Wear deodorant. So, like I said before, I
Yeah.
prefer showering right before because I don't like deodorant. I don't like the way it smells and feels. And sometimes when I put it on, I actually get kind of a reaction, and like my skin gets all red and it becomes uncomfortable. I think I might be allergic to some of the ingredients.
Yeah.
So for me, I prefer not to wear it. So I always shower right before.
You know, that happened to me.
Yeah.
Actually, that happened to me, and I changed the brand that I was using to a different one, and it worked out better because the one that I was using, I feel like burning sensations.
Right. It's just, and
Yeah,
it's not worth it. If you shower right before, you should be good.
I'm gonna put that in practice.
Yep.
All right. Third question: have you ever got upset at someone in the gym only because they gave you an advice on how to do a properly exercise?
That's a funny one. So the thing that I always think try to keep in mind with advice is I don't I don't give it to people unless they ask for it, right? Because it's not a very courteous thing to do. Even in my opinion, if you see somebody doing something wrong,
Yeah,
um, because unless they're legitimately going to hurt themselves, if they are, then I would say, hey, you may want to like lighten the load there. It looks like you might hurt yourself. But if they're just doing something slightly incorrectly or whatever, unless they ask, I don't give advice. And same with me. I feel like if somebody wants to give me advice, that's great. And if they're like a really really good friend, then sure, that makes a lot of sense. But otherwise, unless I ask, maybe keep that.
That would be funny seeing like this short, skinny guy be like, "Hey, you're doing it wrong."
And I'd be like, thanks, appreciate that.
That would be funny. I think I should do a prank video like that on the gym. Like approach people and be like, "Hey, you're doing it wrong." No,
Right.
they probably kick me out. No, maybe not. All right. So fourth question. So have you ever used the gym's mirror to check someone out?
Probably every day. Yeah, I think every day. I mean, assuming my gym crush is there when I go, then yes, definitely.
Oh, you have a gym crush. I mean, everyone does, right?
I mean, everybody
Ah,
does, right?
so hopefully, no one from it's seeing this video because you just confessed. You just confessed.
Yeah.
All right, fifth question. Fifth and last question. So, have you ever run out of hot water at home and gone to the gym just to take a shower?
So that's actually happened several times where the power goes out or something like that, and the hot water goes down. And so thankfully there is a shower at my gym, so it's only 10 minutes away. So I've definitely done that before.
Yeah, same here. Especially when you work out at what 5 in the morning and it's kind of cold, it's winter, and you don't have hot water. Well,
Yeah.
all right. So let me look at some of the last comments, and we're almost done here. And thank you for being with us. It
Yeah.
was
Thank you so much for having me.
it was fun.
Yeah,
It was very fun.
definitely.
So Hank is super hot. Um, do you have any explicit videos like OnlyFans or Twitter?
No, I don't. I don't do Twitter, and I don't have OnlyFans. I get asked that quite often, so I'm actually glad that came up. So sorry guys, I don't do any of that.
CC, I'm just trying to convince it to have to create a YouTube channel,
YouTube.
a YouTube. And now you guys went all the way to OnlyFans.
Yeah.
No, I do collab with a lot of OnlyFans creators.
Sure.
So yeah. So, but this is not one of them. Okay, no, guys.
Just
I,
Instagram for
I,
me right now.
you know what? I think they're getting used to it. That's why
Yeah, I think a lot of people look at bodybuilders and things and think that a lot of times they're looking for
the Twitter.
yeah, they're looking for an easier way or a quicker way to make money, so they just assume they have OnlyFans, but not for me, not what I do.
All right. So Carlos Martinez, number two question: do you sing in the shower? Do you sleep naked with clothes or with clothes?
So two questions. Okay.
So
So
there
the
were two
first one, do
questions.
I sing in the shower? Pretty much every time. Yeah, I'll probably sing something in the shower. Do I belt it? No, probably not. But if I, especially, so what I'll do sometimes is actually I don't have a speaker or anything, but I'll put my phone and play some music and stuff, and I'll sing along with that.
Okay.
And then the second question, do I sleep naked? Yes, I sleep naked mainly because I'm really warm. I'm basically a furnace. And so I get too hot if I sleep with clothes
You heard that, Carlos Martinez?
on.
And then Garrett, would you date the buncher from Diablo 4? I don't know who that is.
Would I take the what?
If you would date the butcher?
Oh, butcher.
Butcher from Diablo 4?
So the other social media that I have, and this person may follow me. I do stream on Twitch.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard of Twitch? Do you know what Twitch is?
Yes. I don't
Uh,
have an account, but I do.
so I actually stream on Twitch, and one of the games I play is Diablo 4.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
That's funny. Twitch 4. Yeah, because I was like, what is that question? So you got a follower there.
Yeah, it's a pretty popular game, so
Ah. Last question. H. Do you take roids? Your ideal guy should be also muscular. So
yeah.
those were two questions right there.
Okay. So my age, I'm 36. So kind of an old man when it comes to bodybuilding, because a lot of the guys that compete are, probably somewhere between 23 to 27. A lot of your muscular development takes a really long time.
Hmm.
So, in order for guys to become pro, it probably takes them until they're at least 25 or 26. Me personally, I didn't actually start my bodybuilding career until I was around 26, 27.
Okay.
So I got into it a little bit later than most guys.
And I'm super late, let me tell you that.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of guys it just never crossed my mind as something that I would enjoy that much. But yeah, I ended up really enjoying it, so I stuck with it.
Oh,
And
that's awesome.
does my ideal guy have to be muscular? I do prefer it mainly because it's something that we can share in common.
True.
It's one of those things that a relationship is always easier when you have more things in common and don't have to you know fight about things, and you can see eye to eye on stuff. And when it's something that takes up a lot of your time, like prepping food or going to the gym for a few hours, you definitely want somebody to feel like they can appreciate that you do that.
Huh, makes sense.
So yep.
Oh, that was awesome. And that was cool.
Good.
Well, guys and Hank, thank you. Thank you for being with us. It was fun. We have come to the end.
Yep, thank
But
you
it
so
was
much
fun.
for
It was
having me. I
fun.
really appreciate it.
No, no problem. If we could finish with some posings, I don't know,
Yep,
maybe showing legs.
sure.
Who wants to see legs? I'm pretty sure the comments are
I'll
gonna
back
pick
up a
up.
little bit. Let me see if I can change the camera a little, and then I can back up. Sure. I'll
I
do a
wanna see
couple for you.
comments. I wanna see comments, guys. Now you look at damn, you look amazing. Those are not six packs, those are eight.
The legs are coming in. They're there.
Booty pop. Hey, that was Gary. That was not me.
Oh.
Let's go, Joshua, for the fish. So that they were there, they were listening.
Yeah.
Love it. No, well, thank you so much. It was fun, Garrett, and not Garrett. I was reading like Garrett. It was fun, Hunk, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Absolutely. Anytime. Thanks so much.
Thank you for being with us. I appreciate it.
Yep.
All right, take care. Okay,
All right. Bye bye.
bye.